Yo, what's up guys? This is another request video. I'm slowly trying to get to everybody's requests. I'm starting to get a few now and it's amazing. In the 1 month ago I started this channel and I've gotten a lot of good feedback, so I'm definitely going to continue doing this. And yeah, I'll get to everybody's requests little by little. This one, I forgot who this one came from, but it was a Hardwell drop Spaceman, or Spaceman by Hardwell. He wanted me to do the drop. And this is that sound, so you can hear it. So I think I got pretty close. I did it really quick because these kind of sounds are really easy. So I kind of got the same key, but I didn't get the right notes exactly, but I did in the same tempo. So this is what mine sounds like. And with, you could do this to your taste, so take off some distortion or put more distortion or clean it up a little bit, like with a cutoff, or maybe not have the wow filter, or maybe not, or EQing. You can get it perfectly with some EQ, because you gotta remember, making the sound design or doing the sound design part is not all that makes the sound what it is. Every professional recording goes through EQ and compression, and those can definitely change a sound and be a part of sound design. So don't think that you have to get the preset right in your synthesizer. Sometimes just getting something that doesn't sound like it but resembles it and EQing it will get you the sound you want. So keep that in mind, you guys. And let me show you what I did here. There's only two things to this. It's a sub layer. So if you've seen my TJR video, this is the same sub. So you can go to that video and copy that sub, or maybe I'll give the sub away. It's just a massive patch basic sub. So that's what this sounds like. Maybe you can't hear that because you're not on monitors, but whatever. This is the sound here that we're going to do. I used a wow filter, some reverb. It's very similar to my TJR video. It's actually, I made it from that patch, but I tweaked it a bit. So what I did, it's very simple. It's just two oscillators, I think, yes. And it's a saw wave on oscillator 1, 3 voices, retrig is on. And that's kind of it for this oscillator. And also put your voices up to 16 here, and when you open up a new Sylenth, always initialize that. And now oscillator 2, just bring this down an octave, have it on a pulse wave, 3 voices, retrig on, detune to 1.52, and that's really it. For our amp envelope, just bring your decay all the way up, sustain around halfway, so like a 5.23, and our release at 2.80. And for our filter, we're just gonna go to bring our cutoff to 24 hertz, and you're gonna bring your reso kind of straight down the middle. That 4.95 drive is at 605. This also, play around with this kind of warms up the sound a bit. So if you want it less warm or more warm, play with this right here, but I have mine at 605. This is just a low pass, and this is on 12 dB slope. And for our main filter, also, if you want to clean it up, play around with this cutoff right here. And so this is around 500 hertz. Our reso is at 7.52. Again, reso is a big part of this sound. Key track is 2.57. Warm drive is on. This actually isn't doing anything. This, like I said, I made this from another patch. I just tweaked it slightly. And down here, make sure your legato is on, and have your time at around 5.62. A little, if you put it too much, if you put it higher than that, I think it'll sound a little bit less like the Hardwell Spaceman sound and more like other things. But if you're going into this genre, legato and your glide time are your best friends. And let's see, distortion. If you don't want to use, if you want to get it more crunchy, then add the more amount here on foldback type of distortion. Dry wet is like 50%. Amount is around 3 around there. But again, you know, play with that. It doesn't have to be exact. So okay, 2.76 is kind of nice to me. If you're gonna do any automation with your pitch bend wheel, then, you know, put your bend range anywhere from 7 to 12 or 4, you know, even, or those kind of numbers are kind of good. Let's see, I'll show you what I did here. So oops, that's not what I want. As you can see, I did very minor automation to the pitch bend. It's going up barely, like 0.5, you know. I don't want to do extreme pitch bends. Like, let me demonstrate. Like, I mean, that could be a sound that, I mean, that is something I would do on a different type of sound, but for this Hardwell song remake sort of thing, you know, I just added very minor, just so you don't even hear it, but just so it affects the sound slightly enough. Very subtle. So it just gives that dirty Dutch type of like detuning that everyone seems to love. And let's see, so just a little EQ here, cutting some lows. I have the wow filter. So what you have, because I always forget to turn off my wow filter when I'm making these videos, I'm sure you guys must be wondering why yours sounds different. So I apologize for that. I'm gonna try to fix that in the future. So that's what you have, I'm sure. And I also have reverb. Sorry guys, I should start turning off my chains when I do these, but whatever. If you want to add in vinyl distortion, go ahead and do that. This is kind of a nice alternative if you don't have the wow filter. So that's kind of nice. If you don't have the wow filter, you can definitely go for this and maybe a saturator to get that sound if you're in Ableton. If not, I use the wow filter because I fucking love this thing. So what I did here was I just band reject, overdrive all the way up. Reso is kind of around 80 to 95, around there, 80 to 90. Cut off all the way, nothing going on with the modulators. Mixes up all the way, and masters at 100. So that's pretty much it. Sidechaining is a big deal. With this sound, it's a big part of it. So with my sidechaining, I wanted to grab the sound quickly, so the attack is very quick. It's all the way down at like 0.1 of a millisecond. Release is at 20. Our ratio is at 240 because I don't want it to be too harsh when it's sidechaining it. It's on peak, and our threshold is around 20. This is on the FF1 model, so you'll hear without it. Well, if you hear it with the drums, it might help. It just sounds kind of silly and out of place without the sidechaining. And this is just a little bit of reverb, very subtle, just low cut and high cut. You can see the range right there. Turned these off. My diffuse is all the way up, and dry wet is at 16%, and I didn't really change anything. That's kind of my quick settings before I tweak it later on. So I hope you guys like the sound. Keep sending me requests. I like doing requests. I think they're fun to do, and it helps me make sounds that I know how to do but just haven't ever thought to make. So thanks guys for watching.